This is the AMP Business Podcast, a weekly show featuring the top leaders, innovators, and hustlers that are making it happen in Northern California. Here's your hosts, Chad Alderson and Jason Kolobov.
Hey, welcome to the show. I've got Jason Kolobov, my co-host. Jason, what's up, dude?
What up?
Who do we have? Okay, so I'm kind of embarrassed, but I should have asked this before we started the show. Celestino, I don't even know your last name, man. I just know you as Chel or Celestino.
I got people that come to me and go, "Hey, what's Celestino's first name?"
Well, yeah. So so Chel has been around. He's basically a Chico legend, and then he moved out of town for some reason. But
he sold out.
We'll get into that. But I met Chel back when I was in college, and you just had moved from New Jersey, right?
Right, back in '97.
Yeah, that's so crazy. So that reminds me, because we have a New Jersey guy on the podcast, prepare for some F words, I assume, because that's fair game. I'll just mark this episode as explicit. And, I tend to drop an F-bomb now and again anyways, and I know Jason does too. So, yeah, we met. I met you at your pizza place. Right across the campus, man. Right. And I'd come in there like almost every day.
Every day, and you had the rigatoni parm.
So it's my senior year, and I'm just hammering these rigatoni parms like every day for lunch because they were like $3 or something. And I think I gained that semester like 20 pounds or something. I graduated college. I think I was like 265 or 270.
I can't imagine you bigger.
Well, I was.
You're a big boy. Yep, that was when cheese slices were $1.60,
and Panama's drinks were what, $2.99 or something crazy, $2.50.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm really stoked to have you on the show. You were just in town because you obviously still have businesses here in town.
Yes.
Before we get into your businesses and stuff, I want to get your background, like where you grew up. I know New Jersey, but what part, and just talk about your background.
Well, I was born in Italy. I came to the U.S. when I was 6 to New York, and then moved to New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I always thought you were from New Jersey. Okay.
Yeah, well, most of my time is all in New Jersey.
So I assume you can speak fluent Italian then.
Not too bad. But you lose it. I mean, you use it, you lose it.
Right.
You don't use it. Yeah.
Right.
You don't use it, you lose it. We're talking about your.
So, what you were going to say a disgusting joke? I can tell.
Well, I was going to try.
Yeah.
We're going to refrain. Hey, we never really got the Chel's last name. You see how that disappeared?
Right. He's just forever known as Chel or Chel.
That's
Chel,
it. It's just Celestino Chel. Celestino Gencarelli.
Gencarelli?
Yes.
Okay. Well, so did your parents immigrate here then?
Yes. We all did at the same time.
Like, and then do you have brothers and sisters, or was it just you at the time?
No. There's 5 brothers and 1 sister.
Wow, so big.
You're
big
the
family.
youngest? I'm the youngest.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. And then tell me, like, did the family get started in business out back east? Then is that how it went when they got here? How did they throw roots down, like, economically?
Well, obviously we came here for a better life,
right.
to
like
the US.
Most immigrants, yeah.
And my father started working construction.
Okay.
That's what everybody did when they came from, Europe.
Yeah.
Either construction, garbage business, or something like that.
Yeah. Was it in the mid 40s?
No, we came 1970.
1970.
It's not that
okay,
old,
close.
The mid 40s.
Okay.
That guy's sick. I'm not
So
75.
Vietnam War. I was gonna say the 20s, but just to mess with it. What's it like coming through the island? Anyway, so you guys moved out here in the 70s.
Yeah,
right?
in the 70s.
In the 70s. Okay, and then your dad was in construction, and then at what point did he get in the food business, or was that something you guys?
No, never got in the food business. My relatives were in the food business, and that's how I started.
Okay. Were they doing the pizzas?
Yeah, pizza, restaurant, bakery.
Okay. Yeah, I know when you came to Chico and opened up that pizza place, man, that was kind of a big deal because there was nothing like it at the time. I mean, the best pizza in town at the time, I believe, was like, I want to say Mountain Mike's or maybe Round Table or Shakey's. Shakey's, the old school Shakey's.
Oh, there was that one.
I loved the old school
Gas
Shakey's.
House.
Gas House. That's right.
And Pizza Face was there too.
Oh, that's
Remember
right.
Pizza Face?
Downtown.
Yeah.
Downtown.
By the slice guy, right?
Yeah.
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 But okay, so I still want to kind of focus on your background for a bit. So you started working for your family, and then at what point did you decide to do your own thing?
I was 19.
You were 19.
19, yeah.
And were you working in your family establishments for like since you could walk, pretty much?
I think I was around 13.
Okay.
I started working for my relative. Learned the business.
Yeah.
And I worked different pizza shops, different restaurants, and I just picked it up.
So then at 19 you started your own thing?
Yes.
Jesus. What did you start? What was your first business?
A pizza shop.
Damn,
Who'd you
dude.
open that with? Your brother?
My brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law.
Yeah, my brother-in-law just moved from Italy to marry my sister.
Okay.
So he,
Okay.
he needed something to do, so we opened up a pizza shop together.
That's cool, man. Like,
Okay, so you're 19. How old is he?
He was, he was 30.
Okay, who had the money to do a pizza shop?
Oh, it didn't take much back then in 1984. I think we put 10,000, and
yeah, the dog's
was it.
grinding on his bone under your feet.
So 10,000.
$10,000.
So you guys put all your money together. You probably borrowed some.
yeah. Well, my dad gave me $5,000. I had some money, but 10,000. We bought a pizza shop that was in distress, and we took it from there.
Nice word, distress.
Yeah.
Inside terminology. So you guys were open. You guys opened up, right? What was the name of it?
Celestino's.
For real?
Yes.
I didn't know that. My best friend, 20 years. I had no idea. All right. So Celestino's. You guys opened up New Jersey.
Yes.
Patterson.
Yeah, in Patterson. Yes, Patterson.
How'd it go?
Pete Town. Well, it went well, and from there, a couple years later, we sold and we opened up another one, and just started working from there.
And did you roll the same name in the new one?
No, different name. That one was called Bell'Italia.
What did that mean?
Pretty Italy.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah,
And that one went out. How'd that one do?
that one did well too, and then we sold that one also.
How come you guys were okay? So explain to listeners why you would sell a successful business like that if that's what you're a restaurateur to begin with.
Well, we built it up, making good money.
Yeah.
Then we looked for something else, and we got a good dollar for the business because it was doing well, and we just moved into another location and kind of did the same thing there.
Yeah. Do me a favor. My dog is grinding on a bone that's hitting the table below. Can somebody take it from him?
You sure he's not going to bite me?
No, he won't.
Well,
He
yeah,
won't.
just reach down
Yeah,
there.
just reach down there.
Listeners, it's a 200-pound pit bull.
Are you afraid of dogs, Chell?
Yes, very.
He is, isn't he?
Well, I don't know the dog.
No, he's totally fine. Just reach down there. I'll get it.
Yeah,
I'll get That's hilarious. Hoover, you can't be eating that right now. No. Sorry, dude. That's
I
funny.
reached down and he's going to take my fingers off.
All right. That now I can hear. But we're just going to let that roll. Okay, so the question was around, why sell a business that's like at its peak, right?
Yes. Well, a
Essentially.
restaurant is more passive income. It's kind of like weekly, monthly income. You're not
Yep.
getting rich and making millions off it. So if you see something that you can make more passive income with, that maybe it would have cost $60,000, $80,000 to open up,
Yeah.
and you don't have that money, you could sell the business you got for $50,000, leverage that into the new one that could make twice as much
Okay.
passive income
I
as
see.
the next one. So it's kind of like parlaying it.
Okay, was that your rationale then?
Well, yeah,
when you did it?
we went from a small place to bigger.
Yeah.
And then we went to like full-blown restaurant, bar, lounge. So we kind of moved up from, we started
Right.
small and then went bigger and bigger. We had a little banquet room. We did parties.
Okay.
Kind of like that kid with the paper clip. He traded it for a pen, then traded it for
No,
next thing
I
you know,
got
he's got
you.
a house.
I got you. But me, I just do everything reverse.
Yeah,
I start out
yep,
big and
I
then it just
agree.
gets down to nothing.
And that's what happens in the restaurant
Yeah,
business.
okay.
Chell would have been better off keeping his little pizzeria. You get to these big blown places, sometimes it really.
Yeah, we were talking
Yeah.
about, just size of a restaurant, right? Like there's a at some point there's diminishing returns that kick in on square footage, and like you guys know what I'm talking about. So
Sure.
how do you decide like what the right space is going to be given your place? Like you guys have both opened several different restaurants or worked for people that have. So like how do you, is it a gut thing, or is there a mathematical equation that you do, or what? How does that work?
Well, it's the bigger the place, the bigger overhead, more employees. But
Right.
if you do big numbers, then it kind of evens out. Because you can have a small place of 2,000 square feet that you're doing 50,000, and then you have this 5,000 square feet place that you're doing 50,000 also. But which one you're making more money with the smaller place because less overhead.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. We kind of have always just, you get what, you take what you can get. So a lot of times you go into a place that's failed or closed down, you're like, hey, we give it a shot. I don't know if either of us has like built our own building and designed our own restaurant before, which is like the perfect ideal scenario, but very expensive.
Right. Yeah.
Usually let someone else do
Highly
that,
risky.
then they fail, and then you come in and get it for pennies.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like what happened with Chevys Downtown. When
Sure.
you guys remember, they basically, like, that used to be a bank, right? Like Wells Fargo or something, or no?
Bank of America.
Bank of America, and it was a historical building. And then for you kids, if there's any kids listening that are in college, they tore it down to, I think there were 3 still standing walls because there were those 3 original brick walls that were there or something. Then they had to dig down, excavate a shit ton of stuff out of there. It was a massive project. And so Chevy's comes into Chico, and they build this monolithic thing to tacos, and it was
a couple $1 million.
3-story building downtown, really nice building.
They were busy for a while.
They were, and then
And so Chell, I mean, he opened up Crush with me. So Chell was one of my original partners at Crush.
because you guys took it over when it went tits up, right? When Chevy's went tits up.
Chevy's. Yeah, they spent a couple million. They went out of business like 4 or 5 years into it. It sat empty for a couple years. Because they spent a couple $1 million improving that building, it gave poor guys like Chell and I an opportunity to be able to go in there and open a restaurant.
And David Halimi owns it?
Yes.
Yeah, David Alimi owns the building. Yeah.
Well, don't get me wrong. We still spent a lot of money to
just the TIs to get it
Oh, yeah.
to get
But
it where you
not
needed
near
it. Yeah.
what the first guy did. They always say
Right.
like the second mouse gets the cheese.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
all the
Except
hoods
in
were
fishing.
in place and the bathrooms were there. So
Yeah.
So that's what you kind of look for. And anyone that was looking to start a restaurant out, I highly recommend finding somewhere that went out of business or somewhere that closed that you can go in cheap, prove your
Maybe
concept.
the kitchen's there still right now.
Yeah, prove your concept, and then you can sell it down the road like Chell did and parlay it into a bigger, newer spot.
Yeah.
So there's always opportunity for restaurants to open up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got us kind of off
track a
on
little
a
bit.
tangent, but historically, like, so you and your brother-in-law parlayed at least 2 businesses. You're in your 3rd one now.
No, we did 3 in Jersey, and now that I moved back to Jersey, we did another 3.
Okay, and this is in the 80s, I assume.
Yeah, we started in the 80s, and now when we worked together till 99. Like when I moved in California in 93,
Yeah.
I was still partners with them,
Okay.
but I just decided to come to California.
Okay. What brought you to California?
Well, it was a buddy of mine. I moved out to Humboldt in Arcata.
Okay.
And
Jason signaling a girl.
yeah, big hairy one.
Jeez.
Wait, you moved out by yourself, not with your wife?
No, by myself first.
Yeah,
You know?
so if the listeners don't know, Chell left New Jersey, he moved up to Humboldt County and opened up a few pizzerias up there.
Yes.
Okay.
Which were very, very successful.
Yeah, I didn't know that part of his history.
Yeah,
Okay.
very
Yeah.
successful up there. And
Humboldt
that's-
County,
in Humboldt.
all the marijuana,
All the weed,
all
yeah.
the weed.
But the
Yeah.
pizza up there took off. You had 2 or 3
Okay.
spots up there?
3 at one time.
So you did that before
Yeah.
Chico then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
So
would have
then you're
never
like,
came here if he didn't get a divorce.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got married up in Humboldt?
Well, my wife was from the Bronx, from New York.
Why the hell was she going there for school? Like, it's just such a random place to go
just
from New
moved.
York to.
She followed me. She moved out for me.
Okay. All right. I still don't understand why you selected Humboldt County
Well,
to start a business. That's, I guess, my
He
question.
moved out there to grow weed.
Okay. Is that what this is? Okay. All right.
No, I'm kidding.
I put it on the pizza, the oregano. No, like I said, a buddy of mine, we went to Sunday school together.
Okay.
Moved out to Arcata.
Okay.
And in the 80s, and then, like late 80s, he kept telling me, you should move out here. There's no good pizza out here in California.
That was true.
And I came to visit him a few times. Then in 93, I made the move.
Okay. Interesting.
And like we were talking about, opening up a business, you find a closed place, it's a lot cheaper. So that's what I found. There was a closed pizza shop.
Okay.
And all the equipment was there, so it was like turnkey business. Didn't cost me hardly nothing.
Okay, cool. And then how do you, when you get in, so you open up this new place, how do you find good people to work for you that you can trust and all that stuff?
Well, that's the thing. It's hard to find good people. You have to hire somebody, you have to teach them, and hopefully it works out. And that's it. I mean, basically, and trust me, I went through a lot of employees.
Yeah.
You have to be there. It's one thing when you're in the restaurant business, you have to either be there all the time, or you have to have a good manager that watches, because it's very easy to steal.
Yeah.
Give away food, especially in the bar business too. Your bartenders can be your partners technically.
Yeah. I think yeah.
But you got to understand, Chell didn't just like open up this pizza shop. He worked it every day, all day, just like he did in Chico.
Owner operator. Yeah.
I mean,
Because you were there
I was
when
there
when I would literally waddle into his pizza place. You
every
were
day.
Every day.
I got here in 2000. We became great friends.
You made half my
every
stuff.
day. Every day he was there.
Yeah.
So it's not like you just don't open up and not pay your dues and work hard.
Yeah.
He opened up, worked Chico, 6 years straight?
Oh, yeah, 7 days a week.
7 days a week
Yeah.
until he found a kid that he trained up that he could trust to take a couple days off, and then he'd grow on that. People just want to remember Chell in 2007, 2008, 2009 when he was not there much, just kind of owning it. He had already paid his dues for 10 years.
Right.
Yeah, it's the restaurant business. A lot of people think, oh, man, wow, you're making a lot of money. They don't know what it's all about. It takes a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
You just don't open a restaurant and right away you start making a lot of money. You have to put a lot of sweat.
And also this size of a community, we got about 100,000 people in Chico, and you were saying Jason, I almost forgot your name, that there's a finite amount of labor that you can tap into in the restaurant industry, and we were talking about this, I think, when we were watching the game over the weekend.
Yeah.
But there's a relationship between the amount of available workers that are considered, say, in the top 15, 20% of the labor force, and how the size of your restaurant in terms of...
Yeah. So a pizza shop's a perfect thing to find one guy. You really only need one guy to take it and be able to work a couple days, like one manager, one guy. You take a place like Crush or a bigger restaurant, all of a sudden, you need 30 good employees to make it work, 40 good employees to make it work. And you always backfill with 10 or 20 that are just kind of part-timers. But the pizza shop's good. Chell opened it up with a couple part-timers. He worked it every day. And then he turned it over to a kid, Jacob, right? Was he the first one that really took it?
Yeah, Jacob.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jacob, he used to say New York pizza via San Jose.
He was a good pizza man.
He was great. He became your partner.
Became my partner. And then I had two other employees that became my partners. We opened up a few other pizza shops with them. Kevin and Ray.
So So explain to some of the folks listening that have businesses that are considering bringing on an employee that was a partner that was formerly employee. How does that arrangement work? Is it an equity kind of sweat equity buy-in kind of a thing, or how do you guys structure those sort of deals?
Well, it's always nice if they put a little of their own money, because they're kind of like more invested in it, so they work hard, because they have a piece of it. But in my case, my guys, Kevin and Ray, they worked for me for a long time, and also Jacob for a long time. So I put up the money, and then they became partners after a while.
Okay.
Yeah, Chell was real smart. He never let the people buy into the store that was already successful. He'd open up a new store and make them earn it.
Yeah.
So that was real good. Now they had something to fight for.
They're incented to make it pop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They just didn't get to come to work and hang out because it was already a cash, making money business. So
yeah, the first store I still own.
Okay. Okay, so
with my partner Enzo, that he's actually my cousin that I brought from New Jersey.
So the one you're talking about then is the one that's across the campus, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, downtown.
So the one that's on East Avenue, that's in the Safeway Shopping Center, you own that one too?
Or
you have
50%. I have my partner there.
Okay. Are there other locations? Because those are the only two.
Yeah, there's Orville.
Okay.
Opened up in Orville with Jacob.
Okay.
Then we also opened up in Paradise, but right now we're closed because the whole town burnt down.
Yeah, you didn't get hit by that though.
No, we didn't. Building didn't burn down.
Okay, directly. Indirectly is another story, but directly.
He lost his business and didn't get any insurance money. So it's like he got the worst of it.
It's almost like he wanted to burn to the ground at that point.
To be insensitive, yes, but it was he got a raw deal.
I mean, there's a lot. I've got friends that have homes up there that can't live in them, and they told me that they would have rather it just all burned down. So
so Chell was very unlucky. He said, "What did I do to deserve this?" But it's tough. It's a tough subject to talk about. And
that was a great town, Paradise.
It was a great pizza shop up there too. Very clean, nice. He had a good kid running it. The pizza was really good.
And that was another employee too, Alfonso, that worked for me, and then we became.
Do you have you ever been scared in your business, like just financially? Like, did it get in a you were in a situation where stuff was tight, there was a downturn in the economy, stuff, things like that? Did you ever get freaked out and just like,
in the pizza business, thank God. I mean, knock on wood, everyone that I opened up,
not all.
The one I'm saying the one I opened up did well.
Not all. But hey, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. When you're in the restaurant business, you wake up every day wondering if it could end tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's no guarantees in this business. So if you're not worried about it, I'm thinking every day this thing could end.
Always.
You're always thinking that someone could move in next door.
I think that's the nature of a services business, and a lot of people need to understand that before they get into a service business, is that it's very much like a meat grinder. If you don't have people coming in the door to turn into a to monetize, then you run out of meat, then there's no hamburger being made. Pretty much. So
I know
it's kind
places.
Of a shitty analogy, but
I know places back in New Jersey, right? That one day, the whole staff out of the kitchen left.
Why?
They just because they fucking had an argument with the owner, and all right, they said, "Screw you, we're leaving," and there goes the business. It can just happen like that,
right? Like there can be
you can lose all your kitchen staff.
You could have
at
a
one
mutiny,
time.
basically.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it could all end at any minute, and if you're thinking like that, that's a good thing. You want to be thinking like that. You know why you're fighting every day. You're innovating. You're fighting. You're constantly pushing. You're trying to be cleaner, better food, better value.
Yeah.
So that type of thought process is good.
What do you guys ever get stressed out doing those type of businesses?
Huh?
It's very stressful.
It's a rhetorical question, but the root of the question is really around how do you cope with your stress? Like, how do you deal with it personally?
Most people drink and do drugs, but we don't. Chell and I.
Right. So what do you guys do to like alleviate the stress?
Well, we eat.
We got a couple vices, a few leaks,
Yeah. Okay. So
you got your own ways of dealing with it.
I fly fish.
You learn to kind of control yourself a little bit,
Talk about that a little bit, like mentally, or what do you mean?
Honestly, when I moved to California, I learned to relax more.
Yeah.
It was a little more laid back here. I mean, we used to have, when we first opened up Crush, we used to have fights all the time with the other partner there. It's like I had to pull him apart sometime.
We had tough times.
Him and another partner.
So it's like maybe don't sweat the small shit kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, hey, it's a stressful
but also
business.
the devil's in the details.
Everything's funny. Yeah, everything's funny when you're making money, right?
Yeah.
But when things get tough, when downturn comes, when you got to start cutting, stress gets high. Emotions come out. You got your fighting. Your whole life's tied up into this.
Yeah.
So it's your life's work at risk here. So it's emotional. It's stressful.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
kind of deal with it. Every business has the same thing. I talk to all these business owners, and they all talk about, they're wondering if it's going to end, if they're going to be out of business next year. Nothing's a guarantee. So when you own a business, you know that risk. Certain people own businesses. Certain people are workers.
Especially in the restaurant business, it's not a guarantee. So many places open up and they fail.
Yeah.
In the restaurant business.
Yeah, I just living in Santa Monica for 10 years, I saw so many restaurants there pop up and go down, and they're I don't know what they're paying square footage wise, but it's a lot. And it just seems like such a cash intensive business to get into, especially if you're doing like a full blown restaurant. But to start, highly risky. I like the idea of, pizza place overhead's probably pretty relatively low.
It is, but it depends on your, if you're leasing a spot, depends what your rent is too. I mean, I wanted to open up a place in Manhattan, but when I looked into it, and the rent is like crazy.
Yeah.
How are you going to make business when you're paying $25,000, $30,000 a month at a 1,500 square foot store?
But they do it and they make it work, and I sit here and scratch my head too. I don't know how they do it, but they make it work.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah, like there's all those, there's those places in the city, like in the financial district and things they only run during the day because the financial district in the city is pretty much a ghost town at night. Mm-hmm. But they stay open, and they're probably paying like rents that are insane.
It's
insane. Yeah, overhead's very high. Restaurant business, you're managing pennies. Every penny counts. Yeah. You're not managing dollars or quarters or anything like that. Pennies. Yeah. So it's very important. Everything. If you can get a pizza box 8 cents cheaper, it's a lot of savings.
Yeah.
Has technology impacted your business in the last 20 years, and if so, how?
Well, impacted in a good way.
Oh.
Well, online ordering, the computer system, so when somebody calls you right away, you know who it is. It's just amazing. It's just.
Do you like delivery order delivery versus in-store dining? What's your percentage?
Well, I'd rather have in-store dining, pick up and in-store dining versus delivery.
Why?
Well, less overhead, less liability. You don't have to worry about the drivers, getting into an accident.
I see. No, I mean, okay. So you guys you have your own delivery fleet?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know that. So my question was really around the DoorDashes out there and the Grubhubs. How have they affected your business? And then we'll talk about running your own fleet in a second. Have they impacted your business? Well, negative, positive, neutral?
Well, we use DoorDash too.
Okay.
I mean, it's extra, extra business that we wouldn't have had.
Yeah.
But you have to give them like 25%, but
yeah,
in the long run, it's still worth it to us.
Okay, so in the age of DoorDash and Grubhub and the others, and Uber Eats, why maintain your own fleet?
Because it's cost effective to us. We pay them minimum wage, mm-hmm. and they get tips also. Mm-hmm. So versus the DoorDash or the Grubhub, we have to give 25-30%
right off the top, whatever.
Right off the top. So the food cost is actually it's less for us with our own drivers.
Okay.
And the drivers are utilized to do other work also. When they're driving, I have them making pizza boxes. I have them cleaning.
Okay.
And then it's slow. I let one go.
Right.
Eventually, I think we're going to get away from pizza places having their own drivers.
Yeah, I would think.
It's going that way.
I was actually shocked. It's 25-30% is what they're taking.
Well, that's what the public doesn't know. So this is good. You're bringing it up.
Yeah.
So when, Chico, you got Entree
Dude, I thought
Express.
it was like 5 points.
No. See, the customers need to know that they take a nice chunk.
A big hit from
crazy.
The business. But the business, so they take 25%. So if you call in at Crush and you use DoorDash or Entree Express, they take 25% DoorDash or Entree Express. Plus the customer's paying them $7
for delivery.
Do you know? Okay, so out of that 25% is a driver, because there's a tipping option in say I use DoorDash a lot, so there's a tipping option in DoorDash. Mm-hmm. Does that tip? Does the 25% also go to that person's tip?
No.
Oh man.
No, the company runs that. The company takes 25% to run their infrastructure.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know the tipping. There was some stuff on tipping with DoorDash and all that stuff, but whatever. They're going to get that worked out. It's a pretty lucrative job for these drivers. They do pretty good. And it's helping the restaurants backfill downtime with orders. Even though we're giving up 25%, it helps.
Bro, your dog's licking my leg.
Well, I mean, he likes you. See, I told you he wouldn't have bitten you.
Non-stop.
If I put him out that door, he's just going to cry. So
That's why you're smiling.
Just own it. Did you slather yourself in peanut butter before you came here or something? Hey, Hoover. Hey, get over here. Hey, lay down. Good boy. Now just relax, pig. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's interesting. So you guys have your own fleet or no?
No, never.
Is it a liability thing?
Well, pizza delivery's always just kind of been a thing.
Yeah.
Restaurant delivery hasn't.
Yeah.
Well, Chinese food, but
Yeah.
Pizza delivery, it's a big game. Chell. Okay, you talk about back east. He has a big pizza place back east. He might have 10 drivers on a Friday night.
Yeah,
That's how
about 10
many
drivers.
people eat pizza and Italian food in back east. Out here, it's a little different. It's not near as much. The company, the families don't eat it as much. Back there, 3 days a week, they're eating different pizza places, different pasta, getting subs delivered, Philly cheesesteaks.
You're talking about a million people in a certain area versus 100,000 people in Chico.
Yeah.
And all those million people eat pizza 2-3 times a week, or something from a pizzeria type place.
Yeah.
Right.
I carry everything. I carry from wraps to full blown dinners. Seafood.
Yeah, so Chell's menu back east, it's bigger than a Cheesecake Factory menu. He's got 280 items on his menu.
shit.
I don't know how he does it.
Yeah.
But
Is this just so you don't give anybody a reason not to come in there?
Well, I want to offer everybody something. If the kid wants something, the mom wants something, I have. I even make burgers. Burgers, cheesesteaks, wraps.
Yeah, it's just like
It's just so much more competition there.
Yeah, I don't have any clue how you. I'm thinking of like inventory, and I'm thinking of perishable inventory, and like how do you manage that?
Well,
How the hell do you manage that with that wide of a menu selection?
Well, you at a certain time, the business that you do, so you know what to order. When I first opened up, hey, you order only what you're using, so little by little, you order more food, just like employees. Oh, now I need to get another employee because it's getting busier.
Okay. So basically, like you kind of can gauge, you can forecast a little bit in terms of what your ordering is going to be because the ebb and flow of your business.
Yes, I know how many cases of cheese I got to order, how much flour.
This is not something that you would do as a first-year restaurant owner.
no, he would. He's
do
crazy.
But
you
he's got that background.
though.
But I'm saying if you're a 2-year-old restaurant owner,
No, you can. You
you'd be
cross-utilize.
crazy.
So you got to understand, chicken,
Yeah.
Chell, it's kind of like the Mexican food, a taco, a burrito, they're all the same things, just rolled differently. Chell might have like chicken with capers, chicken with peppers, chicken with sausage.
Yes,
chicken
I make 20 different things with chicken.
So it's all the same chicken.
Yeah, we were talking about the Taco Bell thing, right?
Yeah.
Like I was telling. Why am I blanking on your
Dude,
name?
I'm highly offended.
Jason.
I'm
Jesus.
fucking.
Why, dude?
I don't know what you're
I've
doing
known
now,
you for
dude.
like 5 years. Anyway, we were talking about. I had a client. Taco Bell corporate was my client like 5 years ago or so, and I was doing. They're based out of Newport Beach. Their main office. So their corporate's like a big, tall, 20-story building, and it's mostly operations people, sales people, and then upper management. But there's two levels to the Taco Bell HQ. One's all their point of sale systems that are out in the field on all their locations in the U.S., possibly around the world. But the second one is just a kitchen. Like the entire floor is kitchen. And in the kitchen, Taco Bell's got like, what did I say, like 38, 39 ingredients? And that's all they have.
So does Chell. That same type of thing.
Yeah. So
Maybe even less.
Maybe even
but they
less.
have the chef, the corporate chef that comes in with these 39 things and like dreams up all this crazy shit, and it ends up on a menu. It's nuts.
Yeah, we have cheese, tomato sauce,
Yeah.
wine, butter, garlic.
But you make a lot of different dishes.
I get it. Okay.
So-
So that explains it. So it's not as kind of crazy
It's
as
not
I
as
would
crazy
think.
as you think.
It's
but
mostly the
it
recipe is
crazy.
where the diversity is at, not so much the
It is
ingredients.
crazy.
Yeah, you got to know how to put it together. You got to know
And
the
be
good-
willing to do it.
Exactly.
Because a lot of people are like, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do
Yeah,
that.
I wouldn't touch
You
it.
know,
It's like crazy to me.
but Chell's always willing to like, let's add
Yeah.
wraps, and I'm like, wraps?
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you add wraps? It's a pizza place.
How often do you change your menu up?
About every 6 months, I do. I see what moves and what doesn't move.
Okay.
Or add new things to it, like new salads, new chicken, new pasta dishes.
Is there anything that you do to figure out what's moving other than just looking at the financials?
I look at the POS and see what sells.
Right. Okay. So it's basically just all metrics driven kind of a thing. Okay.
And that's a classic restaurant move. I think everyone that has a restaurant does the same thing.
Yeah.
You open up, all of a sudden 3 months down the road, you got 4 items that aren't selling, you get rid of them.
Yeah, like remember when we first opened up Crush, we made the menu, and we put pizzas first. So everybody was ordering pizzas instead of dinners.
Yeah.
And we
Well,
had no idea
that's-
what we were doing. We priced the pizzas
Yeah.
at like $8. And it was, we had no clue.
Well, like that kind of gets into my world. So like user interface design, basically like you put the things you want people to see the most up top. It makes sense, right? So menu design is critically important, and you kind of like lived it, you know.
Yeah. We lived it. We learned it.
Yeah.
You know.
What's the craziest thing you've had returned and why? Like the reason for sending something back that just made you snap?
Oh, you mean if I was eating at a restaurant or something? Or?
No. You were one of your customers.
That you had
did
to deal
something
with.
crazy.
Oh,
shit.
that I had to deal with.
I just need a crazy shit story or two.
Here's a real crazy one for you.
Okay.
This is when I opened up in on the coast in Arcata.
Okay.
So over there is a little different. Very earthy people. Good
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
But I used to have veal on my menu.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
baby. Yeah, I already see where this is going.
So I had customers, real pissed off at me because I had veal, and they used to tell me that, we're not going to come in your store anymore because you have veal. So it really pissed me off, and I really got pissed off.
Yeah.
And say, well, what about if someone takes away your vegetables? What are you going to do about that?
Yeah.
So that was one of my crazy.
So did you you started serving foie gras? Is that how you say it?
Foie gras.
Boy, you butchered that one, dude.
I know, I can't say it.
Foie gras.
With some peanut.
But then obviously I
Foie
took veal off the menu. Because
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't even touch veal and cheek. I don't.
Yeah.
Not crush, never. I mean, once in a great moon, but that's
And then the heads and tails story. Tell me that one really quick. That you shared. Like we were talking about, whether or not to serve a whole fish or, what to do with it. Like why you get more returns with tails, all that stuff.
Well, I mean, every town's different.
You're
Chico,
right,
you
right.
kind of, we're in Chico here, so yeah, you get a whole fish in Chico. A lot of people don't want to look at the head and tail here. They're not expecting it. They don't want it. They don't want to order it. They don't want to look at it. You go to the city, it's all you get is heads and tails.
Yeah.
On the whole fish. It's kind of cool down there.
And people freak out and love it.
Yeah, they kind of like it. But no one wants to see eyeballs and teeth in Chico. That's just we're not there yet. So hopefully we get there. It's not a big deal. It's a fish. But
no, I love seeing the whole fish, and then they take it in the back and they fillet it and bring you.
Well, it makes you
to you.
feel like it's fresh.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just part of the whole the plating of it's a plating thing.
yeah.
So I like a head and tail myself.
Hey, so you've been open in Chico 97.
97.
So
yes.
23 years.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
Oh my God, time flies, huh?
Let's talk a little bit about that 23-year history in Chico and
thank
how
you,
you've
Jason.
seen it change. And,
You're
you
keeping
opened
me
it up.
on track today. I like it.
I think Chad, well, we'll see what happens.
I'm a little tired.
Yeah,
I worked
he
all
was
weekend.
yawning when I got here, so I was like, oh, shit.
He was very young.
So you opened up, like I said, I think you opened up cheese slice was $1.50, $1.60.
Somewhere around there, like I think
Something like-
$1.60 maybe, yeah.
Something like that.
Back in
I remember when it went to $1.85, I was pissed.
April of 97, that's when I opened up, and
1997.
1997.
So Enzo, you had Enzo. He was still up there.
Enzo was still in
Arcata.
Arcata.
So you got
running the show
divorced.
there.
You gave your pizza shops to the husband or to the
Yeah,
new, the
with
new
my,
guy.
my ex-wife and
her new husband. And
You
then,
bootstrapped your buddy's business, or
no. She was a good woman. It was
Yeah.
my ex-wife and her brother took it over.
Yep.
She married
and
the
the
brother?
dad, right?
No, and the dad, yeah.
Yeah, good family. We went up and visited them a few times. They're
Yeah.
great family.
get the microphone in your face there, bud.
So, Chell, you come down here. Enzo's up there.
Yes.
You open up. You see this opportunity. You open up right across from the college.
Yeah.
And you work it.
Yeah, it used to be a hot dog place when I took it over.
Yeah.
On the corner there.
Right in the corner, yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, hot dog shop, and I took it over and it turned it into a pizza shop, and eventually brought my cousin Enzo over, because he was still in Arcata, and got out of there, and then little by little, I expanded. It was a coffee shop next door to me.
I remember that.
Got the coffee shop location, and
Yeah, I remember that too.
yeah.
I was like, oh, you're crazy, dude. So you open up. It was gangbusters right away.
Yeah, well, it wasn't. Basically every week it was better. Okay, it did better and better. Now it's kind of like it hit a point that it's, what you're doing every week. But everything it gets expensive too. Or the merchandise. I mean, or the food product. Everything goes up. So the profit that was there, 15 years ago is not the same. Like it is now. I mean, minimum wage went up. When I first moved out here, minimum wage was $4.
What?
Yeah, $4.
Oh my God.
In '93 when I moved to California.
But you set this price point for a slice of pizza, and it can't really move that much.
But it does.
It does. Okay.
When you sell, so right now
so
you're
back in '97.
Yeah,
how much
right
was
now.
it?
Well, '97, you're what? $1.50, $1.60.
Yeah, I think we're $1.60 '97.
I think $1.60. I remember that.
And then today.
And today at what are we today? We're at
Don't say it.
we're at $2.75 a cheese slice.
No,
I think.
more, three.
We're at $3.
Yeah.
$3.75.
No, $3.
$3 a
Three
cheese
flat.
slice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you're looking at. Okay, so people now, what do you sell today in New Jersey a cheese slice?
In New Jersey is a lot less.
Just say it.
$2.
Okay, so
Why?
would you talk about
Wait,
why?
yeah.
And that's what we're going to get into. Why is California
Yeah.
a $3 slice, and New Jersey, New York City, all these other places $2 slices?
Because your square footage there has got to be like.
No. It has nothing to do with the square footage.
Okay,
it has to do with the product. We pay more money for the cheese in California
Way more.
than we do.
Like how much more
in the East Coast.
percentage-wise, roughly?
It's more like it goes to anywhere from 15 to 20 to 30 cents a pound more.
Holy shit.
Which is a lot when you're
Yeah.
going through 1,000 pounds a week.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so why?
What they tell us is because it's to transport it costs more money to get it to California than it is to the East Coast.
Yeah, so the backstory on
Wait a
that
second.
cheese real quick is this. Chell uses a very special cheese for his pizza.
Okay.
A New York style mozzarella. It's a
Okay.
reheat cheese. So when you reheat the slice, it doesn't break and get oily. It actually gets creamy again like
Gets
a fresh
better.
baked
Yeah,
slice.
it's one of the best cheese.
I like
out
it
there.
better, actually.
When
the
you reheat
second
it.
The
cook.
re-crisp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it like that too.
Yeah.
So he could buy cheaper products, but he doesn't. So he pays more here. So
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought it was some like crazy
no.
California regulation or
No,
something, but this
labor.
is literally
No,
your
and
supplier.
labor is more money here too.
labor's out of
Okay.
control. And you
Yeah.
need more people to do the work of the same amount of people
Yeah.
do back east.
And everything else. Pizza boxes are more money here. Paper plates are more double. They're double what I pay back in New Jersey. Paper
Yeah,
plates
I want to talk about single use plastics in a bit, but keep going with that. So that this $2 versus $3 slice is pretty crazy to me.
Well, in New Jersey, New York, you have a lot more competition. So I can't be selling a slice $3 when the guy down the street selling them for $2.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of
But
be competitive.
everything's way cheaper everywhere else but California. It's
Right.
very difficult to
Yeah.
run a business here. Every step of the way you're getting hit with gas, water, electric, flour, cheese, tomato products, labor. I mean, it goes on and on. All the paper products are outrageous in California.
Outrageous.
Paper plates, paper bags, boxes. So when, people don't realize, I want everyone to know, people talk about round table, $35 for a pizza delivered to your house. It's not like they're making millions.
Right.
That's just what it costs to get the food to you now.
They price it right.
It just is expensive to get food to the consumer in California today.
Yeah, because I remember being able to get a round table pizza delivered for like 18 to 20 bucks. And
Everything's,
How long ago was that, though?
97, 97 before you got to town, pretty
but
much.
it's expensive.
Yeah, that's nuts. Okay, so let's talk. There's a movement, especially in California, for single use to get rid of single use plastics. But the impact for you guys would obviously be on the delivery side.
Not really.
I assume.
There's no plastics in the restaurant anymore, really.
I'm getting styrofoam stuff delivered.
Yeah, you're
It's
eating at
mostly
Indian
Chinese
places.
and yeah.
Okay, we all wish we could use styrofoam because it holds food amazing. It makes the
Right.
Coke taste the best.
Right.
But you don't use it anymore because of
Yeah, we don't use it anymore.
you can't
over here.
You just ethically, you're like, you don't
Yeah.
feel right with styrofoam. But
So
it's all paper.
like that boat's already sailed. Then you guys have already made the switch from styrofoams and all that stuff over to basically alternatives.
Recyclable plastics. They make really high-end recyclable containers that feel like plastic, but they're really great. And pizza business uses mostly paper.
Yeah.
paper products.
No more. We used to use styrofoam like for salads and French fries, but we got out of that too. Next is going to be the straws. You know, we're going to be using paper straws.
They're getting better. The straws, they were shitty just even 2 years ago, but they've gotten better.
They'll be fine. They'll figure it out.
Yeah. What's the unit cost like on a old school straw versus the new school straws? Is it double,
You
triple?
don't even think about it.
It's yeah, it is. I looked at a box of plastic straws, $2.99, and I went to look at the
For like 500 of them.
The paper one was more than double.
Yeah. But I think as economies of scale kick in there, the cost will go down.
Sure, they'll get it figured out.
Yeah.
It will.
Yeah. All right. I want to kind of fast forward. Well, we talked about some of the history. You said the 20-year history since you've been in Chico. What else? Because I want to understand like how you two actually met, because I don't think we've covered that yet.
Well, same way you did. I'd go into the pizza. The only thing I could afford when I landed in Chico was $1.60 slice of pizza. I was dead poor. So I would go in every day and eat a slice of cheese. It reminded me of home from Philadelphia. And we just became friends,
Yeah. I mean, basically, that's how we got
I
to know
worked
each
up the
other.
street at the Black Crow. I was right there. I'd go there every day before work. And then I'd hang out after work.
And then I used to go by him over there
go and have dinner.
drinks.
So, then we ended up moving in together. We lived together a long
You guys
time.
were roommates?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun
imagine.
back then, dude.
I bet.
Well,
Can't even imagine.
Chell got his ninth divorce in, what was that, 2002?
Divorce, and you were doing drugs and drinking too, so you were a lot more fun.
Yeah, I was a little younger back then.
You were a lot more
It
fun.
might have been 2001,
How much
2002.
How much of a bore is he now compared to how he used to be? Can you just give me like 5 minutes?
Well, we were all younger at one point.
Yeah.
We used to be young. We used to go to Vegas. We used to go to Tahoe. I mean, we were all over.
Yeah.
And Chell's cousin Enzo lived with us too.
Yeah.
So he run the pizza shop. It was a
Shit show.
It was cool. And then my wife. It was like the three of us and my wife.
Yeah.
All living together.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was.
One big house. All
Yeah,
together.
I should have had her on the show.
Yeah,
too,
we were
for
opening
this
up
one.
Crush. So Chell was like, we opened up Crush together, and he had the pizza shops. It was fun.
It was
fun.
Good
So
times.
you guys opened Crush together.
Yeah, we had no idea what we were doing.
Was it just you two?
No,
And,
we had
we
a
had
couple
a-
other partners that.
Carson and
Chell and I
Gino.
were the real guys that were opening up. Like
Yeah.
we were the guys that have been in the business.
Right.
The other guys were kind of investors, and
Yeah.
we already talked about Carson. Gino was another
Yeah.
guy. He was our first real partner. Doug's the one that bought him out.
Okay.
But hey, we opened up. We were busy. We
Yeah.
were too busy, and we had
Oh,
no idea.
explain
what we were
that.
doing.
What do you mean by too busy? I thought that sounds like a high quality problem.
It is,
So
but
what's
it's a problem you want when you
explain.
know what you're doing.
Okay.
It
so
was a
you're,
big high end restaurant. We were
it's
in
like
over our head.
it's like if you're juggling 3 balls and you add the 4th.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you should only be holding one.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were busier than we expected to be.
Okay.
Yeah, because we were the new spot.
No one else really opened anything in a while. It was kind of a weird time.
Yeah, it totally
downtown
was.
just kind of coming up a little bit. We were like the first new spot that opened up downtown.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fanfare around it too because Chevys went up in flames so hard, and there was, there was just that building sat there for a while, kind of
People-
not doing anything.
People forget, like, okay, Chell, you get here 97, right? Downtown goes through ups and downs, and people forget about the last downturn.
Yeah.
Remember, downtown was a ghost town.
Yeah, down when I got here in '97, there was no.
nothing.
There was no Fifth Street Steakhouse. There was no
The Black
Johnny's.
Crow, no, right? Nothing.
There was no Black Crow. It was the Oaks back then. You
Yeah.
know.
Tres Hombres,
Yeah, there was Tres Hombres
empty
there.
storefronts everywhere. Bars were run down.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
it's interesting to see what Amazon's done to just retail in general, especially in a downtown kind of a scenario.
But people forget how great
Yeah.
downtown is right now.
Yeah,
When
it's
you go
killer.
down there, there's awesome retail shops. I know there's not a lot of them left, but the ones that are there,
The ones
great.
that are there for a reason.
Look at the bars.
yeah,
Look at the bars. They're all redone. There's been
Yeah.
LaSalle's and what's
it's
the other
unbelievable.
one?
Oh, you got B
Parkside.
Street, Bills,
Yeah.
Parkside. Everywhere's been updated.
Yeah.
Crush.
Yeah, that's cool.
Banshee.
Yeah,
Home
and
Foods.
there's some new co-work space going in right across from the little downtown plaza
Yeah.
that's supposed to be dialed when it's all done.
I'm just
So
saying.
it's just they're doing some cool stuff down there.
Downtown's way better now than it was 20 years ago.
A lot of eateries, a lot of bars.
Yeah.
It's very cleaned up. A lot of the
It's good.
storefronts have had a ton of money dumped into them. So
Need some blade signs, man.
yeah, we got it. And the perception of the public has to start changing. There was tons of transients down there 20 years ago. I mean, they were always down there.
Always.
There's no more now than there ever was. So I don't know. I think the perception of the public is got a bad stigma with downtown. I think
Well,
we're
we
working
did
our way
6
out of it.
episodes on that in season 1. So if you haven't listened to season 1 and you want to understand kind of like all the service providers in the homeless industry just the homeless community and what's being done to hopefully offset some of that stuff and mitigate, impact to downtown, definitely listen to those. It's a time commitment, but it's worth it. I just want to plug it really quick.
Yeah. 100%. I would listen to those episodes. But, back to Chell, Chico misses Chell. He comes back. He's like a celebrity.
Yeah.
We're hoping he moves back sometime soon.
After the sex change, sex reassignment surgery.
Yeah, well, I don't know what he's identifying.
He's gonna leave Bruce, but come back, Caitlin.
So we're looking. Chico misses Chell. He was a great part of Chico.
That's why I come back every 6 weeks.
Would you ever move back?
I would. It's my if I can talk my wife into moving here,
Right.
it'd be nice. But I don't know if my wife would. She'll probably want to go more Southern California.
Well, I mean, that's not bad. I think you guys would dig Newport.
Oh no, I love Newport.
Yeah, Newport's great.
Yeah, it only hurts the pocketbook.
Yeah. Well, there's spots down in Pacific Beach is somewhat affordable and stuff, but somewhat.
You're 20.
Yeah, it's true.
So, Chell's got 2 restaurants in town right now. East Avenue, downtown.
Downtown in Oroville.
You got one in Oroville.
Yeah. Paradise is gone, and the one in Rockland, my partner has now.
Yeah, you
Because we
sold
had
that,
one
right?
in Rockland, yes.
That's good.
And we opened up in Colorado. That didn't go so well. It was just too far away.
Yeah.
In Fort Collins, Colorado.
Okay, so you just said it's too far away, but how can you? Is it just because the infrastructure here that you've already set up and the people you have in place kind of keep the wheels on it?
Yeah,
here?
I
So
just
you can
had
still live in Jersey.
I
and
had
do
my
it.
family member here, so he was more closer to all the businesses, so could watch everything.
Yeah,
Colorado
yeah.
we didn't.
Yeah, and that's a prime example. So they opened up in Colorado just because it was an up-and-coming college town. It was booming. There was a new building being built.
Yeah.
Chell didn't move out there. Enzo didn't move out there. They had no pulse for the city. They didn't really know the location. If you moved out there, you probably would have picked a better location and been wildly successful. You can't just throw a dart, hit a building, open up a pizza shop, and hope it works. You got to work it.
Yeah.
You got to be there.
Like when I came to Chico, I saw that spot.
Yeah.
I came looking from. I drove out here from Arcata, and I called. Actually, I forget who I called. I called a real estate person, and to show me around.
Yeah.
And he showed me. Actually, I was looking to buy the Oaks where the Black Crow was. That's what the guy was, wanted to show me.
That's now Mama's or
now it's Mom's.
Mom's.
Mm-hmm. So I said, "Nah, that place is too big." So the owner of the Oaks at the time said, "Oh, I have another place on the corner." Mm-hmm. That's where the hot dog shop was. Mm-hmm. So I went there and I look across the street to college. I go, done deal. I said, I saw the foot traffic.
Yeah.
It's
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great location. And so, now fast forward to today and you own the building, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's cool, man.
Yeah. But you don't get lucky all the time. I mean, like I said before, and he knows, restaurant business are tough. Yeah. It takes a lot of time. You really want to be successful, you have to spend some time in there working it.
Yeah.
Unless you have really, really deep pockets that you can hire managers and, in the beginning and, hey, you need to put out money out of your pocket every time you need money to keep the business going, then, you have it.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I wish Enzo would have showed up. We could have had some story time.
Yeah, and then had a 2-parter. Well, I think we're in a good spot to end it, yeah?
Yeah, I think. Chell, you want to plug your little pizza shops?
Well, I have the Celestino's New York Pizza on Salem Street.
Across from campus, right?
Across from campus. Yeah. I'm on East Avenue by the Safeway Shopping Center. I'm in Oroville off of Olive Highway. Then hey, I have my places in New Jersey also in Hasbrook Heights called the Hasbrook Heights Pizza. I'm in Wyckoff, New Jersey called Pizza Love, and I'm partners there with Kathy Wakili from New Jersey Housewives.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then
It's nuts.
I have another place in Parsippany.
How? How did that happen?
They actually filmed in one of my shops there too.
Oh,
so
okay.
I know.
No,
her.
he was her husband. He was friends with in high school.
Yeah, we went to school
okay,
together.
okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
And then I have another location in Parsippany, New Jersey, called Parsippany's Best Pizza.
Okay. So 12? 10?
No, that's
10.
That's 3 here now, and 3 out there at 6.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Why did I just double?
I don't know. Your math's not
Yeah.
working. A lot of things aren't going on right
No,
today.
it's not all firing for me today, guys. Sorry.
Okay, quick little sleeper sandwich. If you guys like cheesesteaks, if you East Avenue,
yeah, good Philly cheesesteak sandwiches.
great Philly. Get
Really?
double meat. Double meat's the key. It costs a little more, but it's really good.
Right here on Safeway?
No, yeah, right here at Safeway, East
Really?
Avenue. I don't think you have them downtown, right?
No,
Okay, so East Avenue has a bigger menu than downtown. Downtown's
Okay.
busy trying to handle slices for the kids. They don't-
slice of salad.
Yeah, they don't do as much. East Avenue's got pastas, sandwiches.
Because you guys have PV,
extra.
but you also have all the residential
Yes.
stuff.
And PV's
Yeah.
real light, so they don't. The college is what really takes up most space downtown, right?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. More just walk in, slice.
Killer cheesesteak there. Get one delivered, pick it up. Double meat, don't forget.
I'll go try it, and then I'll probably just get on my rigatoni spiral and be 300 pounds.
Yeah, they got a good sleeper cheesesteak there.
What's on your menu that's a sleeper, would you say?
Fuck,
What?
I don't know. Short rib stroganoff, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Really
That's
good.
A really good
It
call.
is a good dish. It's
That's a good call.
But and
It
actually,
is
it's
good.
not really a sleeper anymore. It's been really picking up, so it's one of our best
Yeah,
sellers
that's
now.
a good
but-
one. I like that one.
Well, everything in the menu there is good.
And your
crush.
foie gras is pretty good. Foie gras.
Foie gras.
Foie gras.
This guy. No, I don't
can't
even
say
think you
it.
can
I
sell
can
it
never
anymore.
say it.
Gee,
No,
I think
no, in
California has a ban
it's
on it.
banned, yeah.
Yeah, and it was so expensive. You couldn't.
Remember in the beginning, we used to
I've
get it
had
for
it.
Dave.
We used to get it for David Alimi. Used to have us order the foie gras. We used to cook it up special.
I've had it. It's gross. I didn't like it.
Oh, it's good.
Maybe it's just like the thought of it. Force-fed duck or something. Just, I don't know.
All right,
Huge
real
fan.
quick. Hey, is your pizza the same today as it was 30 years ago?
Ooh, good question.
I have to say yes.
Okay, same product,
Same product,
same dough recipe,
same dough recipe,
same cheese.
same cheese.
Okay.
You know, I actually wanted to talk about dough for a minute. I know now that it reminded me. Do you guys have a minute to talk about dough?
Like money?
'Cause- no, pizza dough.
Oh, pizza dough, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to give away any secrets.
No,
secrets.
but
A little flour, a little water
No,
to
what I wanted to
figure
do
it out.
was for those people that want to try to do, like I've done from scratch pizzas at home. Mm-hmm. I never do the dough at home. They always go to a place and bring the dough home. But in terms of like, what's dough? What is basically what's in dough first of all, and like what makes a good dough versus a bad dough, and is it kind of like the foundation to a good pizza?
Well, the dough is the foundation of a pizza.
It is pizza. It's bread with shit on it.
You have
Yeah.
to, you have to make a good dough. You have to use good quality flour too. And I use a high gluten flour, but there's so many different types of flour. Basically it's flour, salt, yeast. You just have
Water.
to and water, and you have to put it together.
Flour, what?
Flour, salt, and yeast and water.
But I
But
think
it's the ratios that are-
and it's
yeah.
the oven, and it's the terroir. And
The what?
it's the terroir.
What is that?
Like the whole environment of where you're at in like Chico,
Okay.
the humidity, how hot it is.
Oh, like the
Chel's-
physical environment.
Yeah,
Okay.
Chel kind of formulated his
Yeah.
dough, which
It's-
for a brick oven that cooks at 500 degrees that on an 18-inch pie, and he tweaks it a little bit probably.
Yes.
I know we had to at Crush.
You gotta, it's you gotta know how to proof the dough. When it rises, a certain amount, a certain temperature. You just can't get a piece of dough and let it proof and let me stretch it out and put it in the oven. It's there's a little.
So the property of the dough will change based on its location on the planet, is what you're
for
saying.
Sure. Absolutely.
Which totally makes sense because it's basically chemistry, right?
Yeah, flour is dry, right? And if it's
Yeah.
really humid here, it's going to suck water up. So
Yeah.
you have to add less water to the dough. Or winter
Holy
versus summer.
crap.
You know.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And, there's a certain amount of
You
time
could do
you
a
want
whole
the dough.
podcast around this.
You could.
Mm-hmm.
And there's probably people way smarter than us, like Dave Miller, the bread guy.
Yeah.
There's naturally leavened bread, and then there's yeast leavened.
Oh yeah, there's a science to
It
it.
sounds like it's very similar to a brewery. The same type of things that a brewer would think of is because it's a fermentation process, right?
It is. Yeah.
So they're managing a fermentation process that's similar, I would think, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
There's people that add molasses to dough. There's people that add eggs to dough, brown sugar,
Olive oil.
Yeah.
All sorts of shit.
How okay, so is it safe to say your dough recipe in New Jersey isn't the exact same?
Exact same.
It is.
But the thing is, it changes a little bit when the weather,
Okay, I was going to ask that next. Is seasonal, so you'll tweak it seasonally?
You have to tweak it with the yeast. You can't put the same amount of yeast that you would put in the summer in the winter.
That's crazy.
But it's the same. He's figured out
Holy
a recipe that
shit.
works in that oven. If he switched
Right.
ovens, he'd probably have to tweak his dough. But you pretty much have the same ovens or style of ovens
Yeah.
in every restaurant.
Yeah.
He's figured
For
out,
that reason?
Yes.
and he's figured out a dough that's like your foundation.
Yeah.
And like
Because
you said,
you've got the best
You got to
crust
tweak
in
it a little
town
bit.
by far, and then you guys, but you're super close.
Well,
it's
it's
the
a
same.
totally different deal, though. Our
Yeah.
pizzas cook are 12 inches.
Yeah, they
cook
are.
in
They
3
just
minutes.
they eat different too.
They cook
yeah.
in 3 minutes.
Cooks faster, a lot
Yeah.
faster.
The bigger pie is in the oven for 7-8 minutes.
Yeah. 8 minutes at least. 8
Yeah.
to 10 minutes.
Okay, more toppings, longer in.
Yeah.
But a cheese pizza, 8 minutes. So it cooks a whole different deal. You take Chell's pizza and take it to Grana and throw it in a wood oven at 900 degrees. It eats completely different.
Yeah.
But he's figured out his ovens at his temperature
Yeah.
creates a slice.
Because it's got that crispiness, but it's also got that chewiness. It's
Yeah, a
just
wood
like-
burning oven it's totally different dough that you have to use for a
Okay.
wood burning oven.
Okay.
Yeah, you could do a whole episode on dough.
You totally could.
Get a
That's
couple
crazy.
bakers in here, and
Get-
they'll start talking.
And like a chemist.
You wouldn't be able to understand what they're saying. You need a
We
translator.
need to get somebody.
Yeah.
We need to get a baker
I
on the
would
show.
understand.
Sounds like.
Yeah, for sure. I
Yeah.
agree.
Cool. All right. Now I'll end it on that. That was kind of a cool thing
Yeah.
to talk about.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, if you guys like this episode, please leave us a review on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Give us a follow on Instagram at AMP. Wait, what is it? I got so many Instagrams I can't even think of
We're
it.
gonna do a retake here.
No, we'll figure it out. Just we'll have it in the show notes or something. Thanks for listening. Great way to end it.
This podcast has been brought to you by AMP.build, a software and digital design agency located in Chico, California. Learn more at www.amp.build. If you have ideas or questions for the show, send an email to hello@amp.build. We may air it on the next show.